Wake 'em up, 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 wake 'em up. And we're on.
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's Woke Two Times. It's your boy Zay, it's your boy Corey. Here to give you some news and some great opinions, and hope you guys stay tuned and keep up with us. What we looking at first, Corey?
All right, so first on the docket, it looks like there was a shooting of a black man named Jacob. Name was
Mm-hmm.
actually Jacob Black. He was shot by police in the back. And all the news sites have been picking it up, from mainstream to people on YouTube talking about it, giving their opinions on it. Some people think it was justified. Some people think wasn't justified. And me and you actually have differing opinions on this topic. So I'm gonna let you go first. How you feel about it?
Um, my thing is, you know what I mean. I just don't agree with, because for one, we don't, well, facts haven't came out if he had a gun or not, like nothing like that. You know what I mean. So what if, from what I know so far, I don't know that he had a weapon, nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with a shooting being involved. I don't think they had to shoot a man, especially if he had a just a knife. I've seen cops hold back a lot of times when people are just holding a knife. You know what I mean? So if you got a gun, this man has a knife, fall back. Even if he wants to drive off, you know what I mean? You don't shoot a man, especially in his back. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on it. I don't think that I don't think it's right to shoot and take a life. And we don't even know if that was a knife, do we? For sure.
I
It could
don't
have
think. I mean, I don't think we would know for sure yet. Till
yeah,
we
it could
get a
have
look at the
been anything.
police report.
Like people zoomed in on the picture or something like that. You know what I mean? It could have been anything. But my personal opinion is I don't think that the man should have been shot. But that's just my take on it. I haven't even heard your take on it.
I think that cops have a tough job. And we actually have a police officer in the family, right? And a lot of times when we see these videos, right, we only seeing like one side of it. We don't get to see the whole it in totality, right? And until you look at the police report, and even some people that look at the police report would probably be like, man, I don't believe anything the cops are saying. They could say this, they could say that, which is true. But I think they have a tough job, man. And if they feel threatened, I look at it like if it was my family member, right? And they were in that position and somebody wasn't following commands, right? And they were doing what they wanted to do. Usually what we see in a lot of these videos, people just doing what they want to do, not following what the cops orders are, right? Um, I think that it's a tough job, dude.
You know the messed up thing about that, man, is and I'm gonna go off what you said about you don't know the whole story. The messed up thing about that is, man, because it can go both ways all the time. You never do know the whole story. It could be a good cop messing with a criminal, or it could be a good person messing with a corrupt cop. And people go based off of what's brought to the forefront a lot of times. Nowadays, I mean, if it's a criminal, it's normal, but if it's a bad cop, it shouldn't be a bad cop. So that's brought to the forefront more so than if it's actually a criminal. I think that's what people are executing off of right now, as far as like, especially like media, so like that. They're going with that. It can always be two sides of the story.
Also, bro, we know from the research we've done and things that we've seen, people also have their own agendas. So whether it be people that's on the cop side, or whether it be people that's on the Black Lives Matter side, or the mainstream media, the Democrats versus Republicans, everybody has their own agenda and everybody has biases, right? So I
Oh,
think it's basically
sure.
just us looking at it from our take, and wait till the facts come out, wait till the police report comes out, wait till we see what happens, in court as far as the cop goes. I think we just gotta wait for more facts, man.
Because we don't know exactly what happened in that situation. All we see is the video. You know what I mean? So just from based on the video, you can point out opinions. You know what I mean? But they'll be all over the place without actual facts.
So since that shooting has happened, actually, there have been more uprisings. Well, there's still been, in different states in America, a lot of rioting still going on, and protests still going on. But since this shooting, there was another shooting, but it was of, a citizen versus other citizens, right?
Mhm.
And during the protest, we're gonna play the video for you guys.
Ooh. You should have let the curb stomp happen.
Yeah, man. So during y'all seen what happened, right? All we see now, this is another instance, right? Of we're just seeing what that person had filmed. I guess there's a few more videos that I seen, but we're seeing that person's perspective who filmed that video. And from what I seen, it looked like they were attacking the guy and he was defending himself. That's why we have the Second Amendment, you know? So
My take on that is, if I'm getting jumped and I got something on me, you know what I mean? Like, don't run up on me. Why would you run up on this man who's carrying this huge weapon? That's not smart. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what in the world?
what are you thinking?
I
What
man, I don't know what it was, dude. I don't know what you're thinking. He ain't gonna pop. I mean, he ain't gonna he ain't gonna let it go. I'm just saying. That's not a smart decision. If I see you walking down the street with a weapon, I'm not about to come up on you with a skateboard and try to hit you on the head with it. And while you on the ground, try to beat him on the ground with it. You know what I mean? I don't
and
agree with shooting people, nothing like that. But I would just say, like, what were you thinking? Running up on a man like that, you
and
know?
people gotta understand, and I think they don't understand that from the outside looking in, right? And what we've learned, what we've seen, which a lot of people haven't seen, what Black Lives Matter, the organization, has been about.
Wow.
Put your fist up is what they're saying.
Put your fist up.
Damn, man. That's crazy.
Put your mask on now, huh? Motherfucker. Pasty piece of shit.
They're yelling at him to put his fist up, and that guy.
Okay. When people see them and they're not a part of the organization, right? They're automatically thinking like, man, I don't want to be harmed, right? I don't want to do this. There was actually a video of the guy trying to help people out before that happened. And I don't know if the mainstream media has painted this guy out to be like, a terrorist or something, but this dude, man,
Mainstream
look,
media out everybody to be crazy that's not, following and cooperating with who they are and what their hidden agendas are. When you get to a certain point and you don't want to join that point with whoever it is up there, some satanic elites or whatever, they paint you out to be crazy. Watching the video from this actor dude named Isaac Cappy talking about the different pedophiles and the actors and stuff like that, and he was just saying like how they paint a lot of people out to be crazy. When Kanye said called out Google and Facebook, they put him in a insane institution. He was talking about how Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million, and they painted out him to be crazy. And I was like, you know what? This is real. This is true. They paint out people who's not involved with the corrupt agenda to be crazy. And who do they paint out to be the craziest person in the world? The
Trump.
president.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's mind blowing. We are living in a generation where people would hate Trump more than they hate Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say hate. Hate is a strong word. It's
No, bro, they actually it is hate, bro. And it's not only hate toward the president, but it's toward anybody who supports him, right? You've
that's when
experienced
it gets
this.
what I mean. Like, people can't have their own opinion these days. That's how brainwashed they got people. Somebody says something or sees something, they go on attack mode. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? You say things like, how can people own other slaves back in the day? Okay, how can you attack somebody for having their own opinion? This is crazy. It's nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to shoot this person or beat them up because of their political view? You got to be joking with me. I've been on debates and been called a house slave. You know what I mean? Because I'm
House N word.
facts. Because I'm
Yeah.
pointing, people don't like it. I showed this video of Michelle Obama talking about Harvey Weinstein, this rapist and this sexual predator, calling him an incredible human being. You know what I mean? And on the end of that, it changed over to her talking about Joe Biden, how he's an incredible human being. And I just said, oh wow, what a great judge of character. And I got called a house slave for that. I got called a house slave for that. Are you kidding me? You're that brainwashed, you can't even see what's right in front of your face. I'm showing you that she said Harvey Weinstein was a great person. Now she's saying Joe Biden is a great person. How is that house slave mentality? No, you got brainwash mentality and you got a sleepy mentality. It's time for you to wake up.
Wake up. Yeah, you right, bro. But that's what, that's what the media is doing to people, bro. We have people we've known for years now, right? And we've had good relationships with. And when you come out, and not even just saying you gonna vote for Trump or whatever, but when you come out and expose certain Democrats, it's like, okay, well, what's our alternative? Trump? Oh yeah, we could never do that. We could never vote for Trump though. So why are you exposing the Democrats? Because it's truth, because it matters, because the truth
Yeah.
matters. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't believe that people talk to you like that, bro. There's been people talking to you like that, but at the same time, man, there's a lot of other people dealing with the same type of stuff. When they come out and start exposing truth, right? And pointing out how these
Already
politicians are crooked.
brainwashed. You know what I mean? And luckily I woke a lot of people up in my own household. You know what I mean? And now they're trying to wake people up at their household. It's always like a debate though before they actually start looking at things, start paying attention. Because while your mind is blocked, you're not going to hear anything. But the more you hear it, the more you start getting intrigued, and the more you start looking at things little by little, and then you start really seeing and visualizing truth. I was watching this thing in Florida where they were even talking about Trump. They was like, he's a good president, but he talks a lot of, whoop de whoop. You know what I mean? And I was just saying yesterday, like, okay, you're saying Trump is a racist. Okay, if you're saying that, why is it that only his whatever he does is spilled horribly in the media? You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you see things on the media of Trump, it's all edited clips. A lot of that be edited clips. They'll get something, then they put edited clips to it and make him seem like he's talking just reckless. But you go back and watch that same speech with those clips, and it's not how they put it. But Joe Biden, on the other hand, okay, this man says things blatantly racist. You can watch the whole clip, okay? It's not edited, it's not none of that. And it's racist, but it's not blown out of proportion. Why not? He's saying racist things right now. I mean, 2 weeks ago. Okay? It's not blown out of proportion. It's not spread all over the media. People forgive him like that. Why? Why? Why are they forgiving this man off top? They forgave Kamala Harris for all the things she's done. This man and Kamala Harris has tore up black lives for years. For
You know
years.
why? Because
They're
they're
pro-black. Now all of a sudden they're pro-black. How did this happen? How did this happen? How did my brothers and sisters even think this is okay and acceptable? I just don't understand. It blows my
they're
mind.
all
It blows
they're
my
all look,
it blows
they're
my
all
mind.
being funded. They're all being funded by the same people, right? Black Lives Matter, the organization's being funded by the same people, and Tifa's being funded by the same
Yes, they
people.
are.
Mainstream media
Bro, if
and
you go to blacklives.com and donate, it goes to the Democratic Party. I don't know if people know that, but if you go to blacklivesmatter.com and donate, and you think you donate to Black Lives Matter, it's going to the Democratic Party.
absolutely. All right, man. So let's get on to okay. There's this video of this woman running for office, this black woman running for office. And man, it's crazy. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. Check this out.
Of Baltimore. If the politicians walk the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. But they don't want to see it. They don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
No,
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police officer, it's going to be worse than that. So no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community? Families are losing people.
So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is called a bombshell. That right there is called a mic drop. Okay. She's running for office in Baltimore and she's exposing Democratic run areas for what they really are. These are places that have
Beat
been
up.
beat up, they've been run down, right? They haven't put any money into them. Any money, I guarantee, that comes to go toward the cities, the politicians are just putting in their pockets, in my opinion. Because if you look at, bro, you look at the carnage that's going on in these areas, bro. They've been Democratic run for years. Just look, Joe Biden has been a politician for 40 something years. And he was the vice president, right? Not only has he been in office for 40 something years, but he's been vice president. What are these people doing for black people, man? Kamala Harris, another one. Okay, she's been in office. All right, she's been a part of the Democratic Party for years. What have they done for black people? Trump's only been in for what, 4 years? Coming up on 4 years, and people are like, you know, acting like this guy is just the worst thing that's ever happened to the black community. No, man, when you really do your research and you really start to look into it, you will
Right.
find that the most rundown areas, these hoods where all the crime is going down, the murders, the drug dealing, and prostitution, right? All these things that are happening in Democratic run areas. Okay. The Democrats run these areas. Why is that?
They
And why
getting
are
put
we
on.
not paying attention?
They getting put on blast by by people like that. People like that. Her, Tony Montega. People are waking up, man. It's a beautiful awakening that's going on right now, dude. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Because a lot of corrupt leaders are shaking in their boots. That's why they're pulling all these stops out, all these distractions, all these pandemics, this nonsense that's going on right now. I'm not going with this little game that they got playing. It's a distraction, man. And it's crazy because the older generation is really in their head. They completely with the wind. They listen to the news, they listen to the media. They can't really comprehend that it's corrupt. They still believe this stuff. You know what I mean? I still got people I'm trying to like, all my older people, like, yo.
Yeah, man. I think they grew up, believing that the media was only trying to bring them the facts, right? And
Right.
I shoot, I did kind of too when I would watch the media. Now, on the other hand, see, that's funny when I would watch like Fox News or something, which I barely did. I believe that they were all racist and they were liars. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the Republicans were the racists. And it wasn't told to me specifically by my parents, but it's just like something you grow up knowing, you know what I'm saying, in your area and your
That's
people.
how good they were. It's crazy, man. Like the DNC's gotten to the point, man, where they're so desperate. They're not even talking about what they're going to do for the people now. They're just talking about getting Trump out of office. You get what I'm saying? I've been
No
posting,
policy.
bro. I've been posting videos like that, bro. Obama was up there talking about we have to get Trump out of office. Or Michelle was up there talking about we need to get him out of office. Bro, they had Billie Eilish, an 18-year-old pop star who has millions of followers, talking about getting Trump out of office and putting Biden in there. What does Billie Eilish know about politics?
Nothing.
She's a puppet, man, and it's sad. It's so sad, bro, that they're using kids like that. What does she know about politics? She up there talking about, yeah, we have to get Trump out of office. He's not doing good in office. We need to get Joe Biden in there. What are you talking about, Billy? Too. We're gonna see a whole lot of celebrities start talking about it. We're gonna see all that, bro. It's gonna be crazy, bro, because the Democratic Party are so desperate because they're going down. You get what I'm saying? They're going down, and they do not want to go down. They want somebody in office who can pardon them, who's not going to take them down. And this man, this orange dude named Trump, he ain't having it. He taking these people down, and they don't want that. That's why they're so against him. They're not even talking about what they're doing for the people anymore. This
Nope.
is this is not an election talking about what you're going to do for people. This is election get Trump out of office. What the heck is going on? Crazy.
There was no talk of like policy, right? It
Oh,
was all orange man bad. That's all it was. But when you
that
watch the RNC, did you see the RNC? If you watched a little bit of the RNC, you had policy, you had people talking about where we needed to go with the country. It wasn't just bashing Biden and Kamala. They were talking about policy and what they felt Trump was going to
right,
do coming in the next 4 years and the policy that he was going to put in place to help people.
right.
Did you see that man from Cuba, bro?
I've seen a couple people. I don't remember what their names were though.
Oh, all right. So next up, man, this is a topic that I definitely want to talk about more, and I think us as a people, not only a people, man, but America should talk about more, and that's what's going on as far as child sex trafficking. I want to roll a video for y'all, not just child sex trafficking, but also, pedophilia and how it's okay now to like sexualize children in movies, right? And shows. Like I'm seeing a lot of that. So I want to roll this clip for y'all real quick. Check it out.
This is going to be the grooming of the next generation.
That's the whole goal, is to make kids that aren't used to seeing something like me more comfortable to seeing it.
The woman gets up on her table, spreads her legs. It's a man. This is adult entertainment. But what do predators do? They target children.
Start them young, right?
Breaking news, we have just confirmed that a registered child sex offender has been reading to children at a Houston public library as part of its drag queen story hour.
Shake your butt, shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em.
What alternate universe is this? What planet did I wake up in?
What has this world come to? Some people consider it provocative. It's not inappropriate.
Family programming. Love it. There is now a push to normalize pedophilia.
This is going to be marketed to children. It's going to sexualize children. It's going to tell girls they can be boys, boys they can be girls. And it's the same kids that they just forced to watch the big demonic exercise.
It make me feel liberated. Right here on her privates. And if you push those, she makes these sounds.
Now, does anybody in this room know how to twerk?
I'd never be okay as much as Hollywood wants it to be.
Under MK Ultra, they experimented on children. We were even taught this in psychophysiology program, that if you get to a child between ages 1 and 6 or 1 or 8, especially with sexual abuse or sexual trauma, you will split their personality and they will be imprinted the rest of their life. And many times that results in split personalities and dissociative behavior and other things. And that's why it takes critical thinking. The people have got to look at this stuff critically and see what they're being fed, so they can cross that psychological line that they just refuse to see it when it's right in front of them.
People that blow the whistle on elite pedophiles tend to have accidents.
We are grooming the new generation of Americans to be fully embracing of diversity and inclusivity.
Man, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's sinister. Like, I feel like, man, the more the world goes on, the further we get away from God. And it's crazy, man, because the further the laws go away from God's laws, the more messed up the world is. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Look, just because the man makes something legal does not mean that it's legal. You know what I'm saying? I don't go by the laws of men. I go by the laws of God. That is disgusting, to say the least. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're all humans and stuff like that, but you draw the line, man. You got to draw the line. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand like how wicked the school can be. I don't understand how wicked all the adults in the vicinity could be to even let that go down and not even have a word. I don't understand.
It's getting pretty crazy, man. I just did a video on it. I did a video on, you know, the LOL dolls. I don't know if any of you guys know about that, but it's been real popular. It made millions and millions off kids. So when you take one of the LOL dolls and you dip them in ice cold water, why would someone do that? Why would a kid do that? When they take baths, they take the toys in, it's hot water. But you take one of the toys and you dip them in ice cold water, it'll be tattoos on the back, like either bat wings, devil wings, or a devil tail, or the doll have lingerie on it, or it'll have something covering like just the nipple parts. And also, as you guys just seen in that video, the Trolls doll has a hidden button where you press it and the doll will like moan and giggle. So it's preparing the children to be touched in that way. And I don't, man, look, the CEOs not knowing about these dolls having these secret buttons or secret tattoos and clothing, I'm not buying that. I am not buying that this is just some, you know, fringe part of the company. Like, no, dude, these heads of these companies have to know about this stuff, right? And we're seeing like this movie coming out on Netflix called Cuties, where the kids are dressed, you know, sexually and, you know, dancing a certain type of way, twerking and doing things like that, man. Like, look, I got daughters, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got females in your family, bro, you know, young girls. And it's like, even if we didn't have them in our family, dude, we supposed to be protecting children.
Right.
Okay. Like above anybody, we're supposed to be protecting children. And these people, but I'm glad it's coming out, man. Like I showed a picture of the Jeffrey Epstein accuser, she's massaging Clinton in like an airport or something like that. You know, I'm gonna show y'all that too. But you
Yeah.
know, I'm just glad this stuff is coming out now, man. I'm glad this stuff is coming out now, and I
Slowly but
thank
sure.
the Lord for right. Slowly but surely, it's all coming to the light.
All right, we're gonna go into my topic, man. We're gonna get into the mind boggling section. Um, this mind boggling, my topic is basically, man, we're gonna speak on spiritual warfare and how it's time to pick a side. Right now, I'm gonna show you a video. So give me some thunder. I'm gonna show you a video. This is absolutely insane to me. You know what I mean? I've never seen nothing like it. If you have, comment. I never have though. Corey calls it a tornado. I mean a hurricane. Okay, I call them tornadoes. I'm gonna show you this though. This is in the Gulf of Mexico. It's 6 tornadoes at one time, all by each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just speaking on that video, and you know the topic about spiritual warfare, man. I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to stray away from God like they're doing, you know what I mean? Like, God is so real, and we are really in some times right now, man. And we are really in the pinnacle of a spiritual warfare going on right now. And it's really diving deep, you know what I mean? It's some real demons out here running around, you know what I mean? It's really trying to take you away from God. And you need to go ahead and get closer. You know, at the end of the day, we can talk about politics, we can talk about rap, we can talk about all that. But the main thing is getting people closer to God. That is the main thing. That is the main goal and objective. You get what I'm saying? But it's real out here. I want to share one more thing. This is people praying are doing a pledge or whatever they're doing inside of a federal building. I don't know exactly where this is. If you guys know where this is, then comment it. But this is just absolutely absurd to me. Okay, I want to show you guys this.
Mother Earth, we gather today in your redeeming and glorious presence to invoke your eternal guidance in the universe. May the efforts of this council blend the righteousness of Allah with the all-knowing wisdom of Satan. May Zeus, the great god of justice, grant us strength tonight. Jesus might forgive our shortcomings, while Buddha enlightens us through his divine affection. Praise you, Krishna, for the sanguine sacrifice that freed us all. After all, if Almighty Thor is with us, who can ever be against us? And finally, for the bounty of logic, reason, and science, we simply thank the atheists. In closing, let us, above all, love one another, not to obtain mythical rewards for ourselves now, hereafter, or based on superstitious threats of eternal damnation, but rather embrace secular-based principles of morality and do good for goodness sake.
All right, give me some lightning because I'm about to light this boy up.
Light him up.
What is he talking about? For one, he said the all wisdom of Satan. Satan couldn't have been too wise to get kicked out of heaven, for one. He praying to Zeus. He praying to all kind of people is thinking atheists. He's talking about mythical damnation, talking about heaven and hell. He's talking about mythical places to go after we leave here. This man is talking out of his bumhole ridiculously. This dude is crazy, completely insane. He's completely insane. To be honest, I think he's demonic. You know what I mean? To be honest, he is absolutely evil. I think that behind closed doors, them Satanist Democrats and stuff, that's how they be talking. Right there, right there. Okay? They're having to be captured, but right there. That's that. That's what I mean also about like we in a spiritual warfare, man. This stuff is coming out. Get what I'm saying? All this stuff wouldn't be able to be coming out, man, a couple years ago. This stuff is coming out right now, boy. Stuff is coming out right now, boy. Pick a side. It's time to pick a side. We are in a spiritual warfare, and it's time to pick a side. Pick the right side. You said you wanted to comment on that video?
Yeah, bro. Like, okay, so we take prayer out of schools. We're trying to take God out of the Pledge of Allegiance. We're trying to take God off of our money, right? Only to bring in Satanists who pray to, all types of gods. But we know those gods, little g's, are really Satan. And he's really praying to Satan and working for Satan. And the people who are trying to take God out of everything are working for Satan. Okay, there's only one party, right, that is really pushing for God right now. And there's only one candidate, right, who's already president, who's really been pushing for Christians. And we know what the opposite has been doing, right, with abortion, and they like to quote like things out of the Bible and act like they're for Christians and this and that. Man, these people are wicked.
Of course they do. That's one of the many disguises.
Okay, so yeah, so we taking God out of everything, and what are we replacing him with? That's my question. We gonna replace him with Satan? That's what it's looking like to me.
Anything without God is evil.
Exactly.
God away is bad. Off jump.
Right. So, I feel like, man, look, America has strayed so far away from God,
Right.
from the founding fathers and their principles and what they put in the Constitution. Those are our rights given to us by God, not by the government. Right. And I think a lot of people are being woken up to that now, and they're starting to do their own research and realizing, like, okay, if we take God out, which the Democratic Party has been doing little by little, taking God out, and they're replacing him with their own ideologies, right, and their own thoughts, right, and their own wants. And we're seeing the chaos that's breaking out across the country right now. So you taking God out and you putting you in.
Right. People thinking that their God is on this earth. You know what I mean? You die one day, brother. Okay? You're going to die. It's crazy to me how you could be so evil and so old. At that point, I'd be scared. I'd be like, yo, okay, I'm about to die in a minute. Let me go ahead and try to get right. But they don't. They don't. You got these false pastors and stuff. They about 70-some years old. How are you still going on with this? You could drop tomorrow. Anybody can, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You know what I
The
mean?
love of money.
They're gone, bro. Yeah, man. And money they trust. It's time to pick a side, people. You know what I mean? It's time to find God. We love you guys. You know what I mean? We don't say anything to try to offend or anything like that. We're simply giving our opinions. You know what I mean? You can agree to disagree if you choose to, but we simply want to try to share facts with you guys and share our opinions and thoughts with you guys. We really love you guys. We hope you like this episode. They took our last one down, by the way. Don't try it again, YouTube. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Woke 2 times. Stay tuned for the next one. We will be coming weekly. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Wake 'em up, 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 wake 'em. It's time to wake up the sleeping. It's time to wake up the sleeping.